like that you have to train all these people. Right? So these are the stages in which energy audit is being conducted. And this energy audit or conservation structure has, it is of three types. It depends on the function and type of the industry, depth to which the audit is required, and potential and magnitude. So based on these three categories, that is the functional type, the depth to which audit is required, and the potential magnitude cost. So we classify into three categories. One is called as preliminary or walkthrough audit. Then second one is a targeted audit, and third one is detailed audit. So preliminary and walkthrough, it is also called as a diagnostic audit, where we will have just from the entry door to the exit door. You will just see what is happening there, and you will see what are the scope for saving. We will identify where are the areas which can attract people for energy saving, and you will suggest for improvements and saving, and you will also make a reference point like that. A simple audit, you can have it. That is what we call as preliminary energy audit. Whereas targeted energy audit is specifying one particular area, looking into one particular area. Say, for example, concentrating only on the kitchen. Inside the kitchen, you have mixer, you have retainer, you have gas stoves. Yes, gas stoves are thermal energy. So energy audit as a whole, or energy conservation as a whole, includes both mechanical and thermal, all forms of energy, even kinetic energy, potential energy, everything also could be included in energy. Right? So we can concentrate on gas stove, or how we effectively gas stove can be used, a combination, a hybrid model, combination of natural fuel along with the induction stove, how that combination can be used. So like that we can think about it. Right? So targeted audit is one concentrating on one particular area and collecting the data, identifying the method of making a method or identifying some saving potentials. Like that we call it as targeted audit. Then the last one is detailed audit. Detailed audit is the main key element of detailed audit is called as energy balance. That is, what is the quantity of energy input you give and what is the energy quantum of output you get. So in between input and output, you have the losses. So how effectively the losses can be minimized such that for the same input, output is maximized, right? So that the efficiency of the system goes up. So that study will take time. Say, for example, your preliminary energy audit can be completed within a day or two. Whereas a target energy audit, you have to sit along in a particular area and you have to continuously monitor it for 1 or 2 weeks, or even it may take 1 or 2 months. Whereas a detailed audit, it will take minimum 3 to 6 months to complete. Right? So concentrating on each and every location inside your home, we have to do some sort of auditing activities. That is what we call as detailed energy audit. So these are the steps. Yes, yes, sir. Sir, your voice is not clear.
Sir, your screen is not visible, sir.
1 second, sir. Sir, is it visible now?
Yes, yes.
Sir, is it visible now?
Yes.
Okay. So there is a lag in the network issue. That's a problem. Network lag is there. So these are the steps involved in the preliminary energy audit. First one is planning and organizing, then conducting a walkthrough, collecting the macro data connection, analysis of data collected, and recommendations for further improvement. So these are the base steps that are involved in the energy audit, right? So we have discussed maximum with this energy audit, and these are the instruments that are used during the audit. But now let us come to the most important point, which is like the topic of the today, that is energy conservation and do's and don'ts in home energy sector. Right? So whenever you do an energy audit for the conservation of energy, right, we suggest recommendations to our client. What are these recommendations? These recommendations are classified into 3 categories. One is called as positive observation. Second one is significant energy conservation opportunities. What are the opportunities available for the client to implement? And third one is scope for target or detailed audit. So in this 3 way, we classify the suggestions. Right? The positive observations. Suppose if your client or at your home, you are using a curtain inside your hall, a curtain with the light color, right? So what happens is, you are observing that during the daytime the curtains are open and no light is switched on. What it means is the client is making the full utilization of natural lighting. So these are the photographs taken while doing an audit in one industry in my hometown. Right, we were conducting some energy audit during the COVID period. During the COVID period in my hometown, in a food industry, they have been using natural lightings like this. Right, so the first way to promote energy conservation at a home is use of natural lighting. So in the hall or in the bedroom, whenever you are available during the daytime, please try to avoid lighting systems, artificial lighting systems. Right? Please use as much as natural lighting as available. Right? Make the screens open, make the windows open, so that natural lighting can enter into your room. It is also good for health. So that is first energy conservation method that you can do it. Suppose if anybody is doing it, say mention it as a positive observation. Then second one is use of alternate energy sources. Nowadays you can see people are fixing the portico lights, the car shed lights, everything with the solar lamps. Right? So in that way, if they are using any alternate energy source, or suppose if a geyser is replaced by a solar water heater system, so then that is also a positive observation. So identify such kind of alternate energy sources and you can make it. Then third one is creating an awareness. Creating awareness among stakeholders. What does mean by creating awareness means you can educate your parents, your children, your siblings, whoever is accompanying your spouse, right, to switch off the fans and lights when not in use. This can be in a positive term. What is a positive term? Means instead of requesting them to switch off the fans and lights, you can say, thank you for switching off fans and lights. So when you say something as a thank you, you are giving it back, then people will take it in a positive sense. Right? So like that we can make this, if anything is coming like this, we can observe them as a positive observation. And these three becomes the first step of ensuring energy conservation at a home sector. So this energy conservation opportunities are categorized into three types. One is low cost, high return, then medium cost, medium return, and high cost, high return. So what is a low cost? Low cost is also called as low cost. Why? Because somebody, if you say any recommendation, in the previous slide, I have given, you can see the first point. The first point is natural lighting. So allowing the natural lighting doesn't need any investment. Just opening the door or opening the curtains, opening the windows will make the natural lighting to come in. So that is given more priority by anybody because no need of any investment. Right? So that is called as low investment or no investment with high priority. Priority will be high. Whereas coming to the second one, alternate energy sources, the cost of a solar lamp may be 1,500, 2,000 depending on the capacity. Right? So for which you have to spend from your pocket, that means it may be have a medium priority. Right? And the third point is creating awareness. Creating awareness is also, there is nothing wrong in saying to people, right, that it doesn't involve any cost. Right? So like that we can categorize all these energy saving conservation opportunities into three different types, and according to the client interest we can say which one is. Always you can see the low cost high return is the high priority, others to be elevated. We have to evaluate other investments and the budget, we have to think about it. Whereas the high cost and high returns, they are complicated and takes lengthy time. Now we are marching towards the title of the today, energy saving opportunities. So energy saving opportunities, ENCON measures, can be categorized into four categories. One is based on the tariff, then the lighting systems, then electrical systems, we call it as room comfort systems, and then alternate energy sources. So like this different categories we can take it. So in the electric tariff, in what way as a human being from the domestic sector, what way we can concentrate on energy saving opportunities in the electric tariff? The first one is reduce peak loads. So what do you mean by peak loads? We should know what is peak load. See, peak load is the time at which the total grid is, the load on the grid is being, is more. Load on the grid is more, right? So demand, we can reduce it. So instead of switching all the electrical appliances at your home at one instant, make a timetable. Say, for example, you have your dishwasher, you have your what is that? Washing machine, right? Instead of switching on your washing machine and dishwasher at the morning 6 o'clock or evening 6 o'clock, you can comfortably run them by shifting their time from morning to afternoon, because afternoon the loads will be reduced, lighting loads will be reduced, only the fan loads, depending on the climate, the fan loads or the AC loads may be used, right? So accordingly we can reduce the peak load. Then time of day, this is also similar to what I have said earlier, demand side management. Wherever the demand is there more, we can supply it, and then we can, in the less area, we can ask them to switch off their timing. Then fuel switching options. Fuel switching options, suppose if we have a bathroom attached with the olden days fuel option, like a firewood fuel or anything like that, instead of firewood, we can use briquettes. Briquettes are available. Briquettes are available, which can be used as a fuel option. Then the final one is the power factor improvement. Power factor improvement, you can install a very small capacitors, particularly for the fans. Say, when the fan is not properly working, when the speed of the fan is not up to the level which you are required, you can just observe the capacity of the age of the capacitor, right? So the first point which happens in a ceiling fan is we can identify that the speed gets reduced because of the worn out or the aging of the capacitor. So it can immediately make the capacitor to change, so that the repair cost is also less, and the life of the fan also can be improved. So that is the first stage, where in which we can, by using all these opportunities, we can reduce the electrical energy tariff in the domestic sector. Then second one is in the lighting systems. In the lighting systems, we can install CFL lamps or LED lamps. Nowadays, nobody is using CFL lamps, but go for LED lamps. Then the other most important manner is use of occupancy sensors. So being the students of electrical engineering, you can carry out many projects with the occupancy sensors, right? So occupancy sensors, only when the room is occupied with this person, then the fan and light can be, that too, the necessary area, the fan and light can be switched off. The remaining area, it can be switched off. In that way, we can conserve more energy with the help of occupancy sensors. Then the very important point is cleaning the fixtures. See how frequently we clean the fixtures of the lamps. That is very, very important. See, when dust accumulates, it reduces the brightness, the illumination power will go. The intensity, light intensity will go, so which produces glare. So frequent cleaning of the fluorescent lamp fittings, or what are the lamp fixtures we have to clean them at regular interval of time. And as I said earlier, as much as possible, use natural lighting during the sunny time. Try to avoid artificial lighting. Now coming to the electrical saving opportunities, this can be like a form of a rainbow. You have 7 areas where you can concentrate on energy saving opportunities. First one is reducing the peak demand, which I have addressed earlier. Then second one is reducing the energy consumption. Then third one is power factor improvement. Fourth one is use of star rated equipment. Fifth one is refrigerator system. Sixth one is air conditioner system, and the seventh one is optimal water usage. So coming to the third point, which is the use of star rated equipment. As much as possible, try to use higher star rating capacity equipments. See, this table will show you what is the total number of wattage that is consumed by a highest star rating equipment. For example, I have taken 1.5 ton AC, which is consuming 5,275 watts. So that is the output voltage, that is 1.5. So it is 5,275 watts is the output, for which the input voltage that is required is 1507 if it is a 5-star rating, whereas if it is a 6-star rating, it consumes 295. So moving from single star to 5-star, you can see that you are reducing 400 units of electricity, or 400 watts of electricity when it is being operated, right? So in a year, you can reduce up to maximum of 800 to 900 rupees in the overall electricity bill, right? So by using a higher star rated equipment, you can obviously reduce energy consumption, right? So when making the star rated, you have to be very careful that you see the logo of the Bureau of Energy Efficiency, right? So that is the authenticated agency which provides a star labeling for all the equipments. Unless otherwise, if this logo is not there, please don't purchase it. And the very important point is, so this red color indicates how many stars. So though there are 5 stars, only this is 2 star, this is 4 star, because only 2 stars are highlighted, here 4 stars are highlighted. So like that we have to see. Then third one is, what is the average consumption per year when it is running for this particular time period as prescribed by the manufacturer? So how many units of energy will be consumed? So like that we have to go ahead. So when more star rating, the quantum of energy consumption will be reduced. Then comes the most important one, the refrigerator system. See, after the end of this seminar, if you go and practice this particular one, I will be very happy. Why? Because, see, all the machines are also like human beings. Right? They need rest. But this is the case. The day one it comes to our home, it is switched on. But are we switching it off? The answer is no. But you can say, yes sir, I am switching it off. When you are switching it off, when the power goes off, it is switched off. Yes, I accept it. But manually we are not switching it off. Right? So a refrigerator is also consisting of some mechanical equipment. These mechanical fixtures need some rest. So my sincere advice is, please kindly switch off your refrigerator at least for 8 hours once in 2 months. Once in 2 months. So 8 hours it needs minimum rest. Right? Then only you can make it to work for a longer period. Right? In the door of the refrigerator, you can see 10 years warranty, 12 years warranty, 15 years warranty, but there will be a star mark saying that conditions apply. What is that conditions apply? This is the most important condition, making the refrigerator to switch off. But none of the refrigerator supplier or the seller or even the company will mention it to you. Only people like us who know what is happening there will be capable of delivering this kind of messages. So please kindly switch off your refrigerator. Please ask your mom to switch off your refrigerator. Let me say the procedure. See, once in 2 months, please go to your kitchen. Take out all the items that are available inside your refrigerator. Keep them out. Then make the refrigerator to run in idle for half an hour. After running it in idle, switch it off. Leave the refrigerator in switch off condition for 4 to 8 hours. On an average, 6 hours is sufficient. So 4 to 8 hours or 6 hours, choice is yours. Then what you do is, once again switch off after 6 hours or after 8 hours or after 4 hours, switch it on. After switching it on, make it to run it idle for half an hour so that the compressor gets loaded. Then you load your refrigerator. Ensure that the loading capacity is fulfilled only with 75 or 80% or hardly 90%. Don't overload your refrigerator. Right? So this is the proper way of maintaining a refrigerator. If you do this, the life of the refrigerator will be increased. That is the life period, the warranty, everything also will go in a smooth manner. Right? So, dear participants, kindly practice this at least once in 6 months. Try to switch off your refrigerator manually so that the life gets increased. So in the refrigerator, what are the energy saving opportunities? The first one is defrosting the refrigerator frequently. That should be done. Second one is, suppose if your refrigerator is very old one, please provide it with a new one and with highest star rating. In the refrigerators which are available 15 years or 20 years old, they don't have any star rating. But nowadays we have everything 2 star, 3 star, 4 star, 5 star rating. So I'll provide with highest star rating. Maybe the initial investment will be higher, but on a period, when you look into the energy consumption or electricity bill payment, accordingly your refrigerator condition will that can match up. The initial investment can be matched up. That is a payback will be available. Right? Then locate it with adequate ventilation. This is another one mistake what we do in the refrigerator system. What we do is we place the refrigerator towards the wall very closely, but leave at least half a feet or 6 inches gap between the refrigerator and the wall, so that air circulation is heavily available. So that makes the load on the compressor to be reduced. Another one important thing, where the kids are available, what happens is the doors will be opened by the kids and they will not close it properly. So whenever you use a refrigerator, ensure that the doors are sealed frequently, sealed properly, that is closed properly. Then another way to conserve energy in refrigerator system is to place only cold foodstuffs. Right? You are boiling milk, and immediately after boiling the milk, don't place the milk inside the refrigerator. Make the milk to come to room temperature at least, and then make it inside the refrigerator system. Right? So only cold foodstuffs as much as possible to be stored in the refrigerator. If you practice all these things, then obviously your refrigerator life and the capacity of the refrigerator can be fully utilized. Another one, a most important one, is air conditioner. So in air conditioner, what are the do's and don'ts? First one is set optimal temperature. Earlier, the optimal temperature was given as 18 degrees Celsius, but because of the greenhouse gas emissions and the climatic effect, the climate affections, the international climate change, global climate change sector, they have made the optimal temperature to be 23 degrees Celsius. That's why whenever you switch on your air conditioners, the recently purchased air conditioners, you can see the minimum temperature will be 23 degrees Celsius. Right? So set optimal temperature. So that is very, very essential. Then second one is routine cleaning of the air filters and evaporator coils. So please remove the cover of the air conditioner. You can see the fins. Clean the fins and the air filter. The filter is the area where you can see lot of dust will be there. So they have to be properly cleaned, or else you will get dust allergy. Your kids will get dust allergy. Right? So dust has to be filtered, and also the evaporator coils. And sometimes the fins may be because of the dust accumulation, the moisture accumulation, the weight of the dust would have been increased, so that there will be some bent in the coil fins. So they have to be removed, or they have to be straightened. Right? Then inspecting the window sills. Yes, what happens is you will switch on the AC and you will open the window. But you can say, sir, we need a fresh air to come in. Yes, that's good. But don't open the window for a long time when AC is running. When you switch on the AC, open the window for 10 to 15 minutes maximum, so that natural air can come in. At that time, you can switch on the fans also, because for the air circulation and to make the natural air to come in. Right? But after that, please close the windows. Please ensure that the windows are sealed properly, or else the load on the compressor of the air conditioner will be increasing, such that it consumes more electrical energy. Right? Then the last and final way to prevent or to conserve energy in the air conditioning system is regular cleaning of the debris. So the dust accumulation, as I already said, like say inside the fan and the condenser and the compressor of the split AC systems, the debris can accumulate. So they have to be cleaned properly. Then comes the final one, which is called as optimal water usage. We know that water is precious. So saving each and every drop of water is very, very okay, because two major cities, Cape Town and Chennai, are bound to have. Cape Town already has practiced or has already faced the situation of zero water day, and there was a severe warning for the Chennai city to have zero water day. Right? So it may happen every time. So water is precious. We have to be very careful in saving the water. So how to preserve water? Here also, in the water, set optimal temperature. Sir, what is that? Where to set optimal temperature? In the geysers, please set optimal temperature. Don't make it too hot, then make it so cold. Right? Make an optimal temperature such that your body can withstand some temperature. And that temperature is sufficient for you to take showers. Right? Then next point is take short service. Don't spend too many hours or too many time period inside the restroom by taking long showers. Try to avoid and have short service. Then lower the temperature of the water. Suppose once your water is, if it is a storage water heater, right? Once when the water temperature rises up, you drain out all the hot water to some other vessel or some other bucket-like system, collect it over there, and then you store it with the next set of water, right? So like that you do it. Another method to effectively utilize conserve electricity in the water usage is it is using cold water for laundry loads. People have a mindset. Suppose if I wash my clothes with hot water, right, the clothes becomes more the dust in the clothes gets easily worn out. But that is not the case. You can use cold water also for the laundry loads. Using hot water will try to have more electrical energy consumption. Then use dishwasher effectively. Yes, as I said earlier, shift the dishwasher time from one period to another period. That in that way we can use a dishwasher effectively. Then install low flow fixtures. Right? You could see some sensors will be there when you keep your hand. Then only water flow will be available. So like that you can fix some flow sensors, and that flow sensors can control the flow of water and also low flow. They will allow only a few quantum of waters to be flowed. And in the toilets, you can see in the flush there will be two buttons. One will be a huge button, bigger button. Another one will be a smaller button. The bigger button, if you want to flush more water, you have to press the bigger button. Whereas when you want to use only a small quantum of water to flush out, then you can use a smaller button. So like that, you can use the low fixtures, right? Then insulate hot water storage tank. So whenever you have a hot water storage tank, ensure that it is properly insulated. Insulation is very, very essential. If there is any leak in the pipe or if there is any leak in the system, obviously the temperature inside that hot water tank or the hot water available will be passing out on so that the leakage will be there. Then control the gases through timers. Yes, nowadays all the gases are coming with the timers. There will be some cutout system. But if it is not that, replace the gases with the new gases and with higher star rating. Not only the gases, also your dishwashers, and washing machines, right? So like this, we can make some energy. These are the do's and don'ts of the energy audit conservations or energy conservation opportunities at domestic sector. Now the platform is open for you people. If there are any queries, I'm ready to answer your queries. Now the platform, I'm transferring the platform to the audience. Any questions from the audience side? Madam, any questions from the audience?
If you are having any queries, raise your queries. Our chief guest will answer your queries. Purnima madam.
Say it, sir.
Okay. Can we wind up the session, madam?
So participants, if you have any queries, you can ask now, or else you can post your queries in the chat box.
Thank you, sir. Take this opportunity to thank Dr. Murundam, who is one of those working in custom engineering. Yes, it's a valuable thing with us. Giving a small home we can save a lot of energy, and we can see the part of the which is our government is doing interesting. So much sir, for sharing your information. So definitely we hope that our participants will practice these steps in their home and uh, save plenty of that need. So I also thank our management and our principals and our faculty members for arranging this event successfully. I also thank all the students for attending this webinar. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Sir,
Thank you,
participants
sir.
can fill the feedback form which is shared in the feedback link. Sir, Muruganan, sir.
Sir, Ramababu sir, thank you. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your
Very,
management for giving the opportunity
valuable
to
time.
address on this day of National Energy Conservation Day. So, wishing you all a happy energy conservation. Save energy for the future. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. And you are